A few weeks ago, I went to my first drag race meet, and I met up with a dragster driver who was nothing like what I was expecting. Her name is Kristen Powell. She's 17 years old and an A student at Jesuit High School in Portland, Oregon. When she was 16, she was the youngest person ever to make the #1 qualifying spot at a national meet. Now, drag racing is a tough, competitive, and potentially dangerous sport. It's not easy, but Kristen Powell makes it look that way.
I look at it like I'm just a normal teenager and I just happen to drive this really cool car.
A really cool car and a really fast one. I caught up with Kristen at Maple Grove Raceway in Reading, Pennsylvania, where she showed me the ropes. So introduce me to your car.
Okay, well this is an 8-fuel dragster. The motor that's in here is an 8-cylinder V8. You may think that, since you hear V8, it might be like, your normal street car. But this engine runs on nitromethane, which is an extremely powerful fuel.
Nitromethane is 3 times more powerful than gasoline, and that makes for some serious speed.
Once the starting light goes, all I have to do is let go of the brake while I slam my foot down on the throttle and just hold on.
Okay. And the car just kind of takes you.
Oh, yes.
To give you an idea of just how fast Kristen goes, our graphics department got the numbers for the BMW Z3, the car the character James Bond drove in the movie GoldenEye. If James and Kristen were to race, here's what it would look like. From the starting line, Kristen's car goes from 0 to 60 miles an hour in less than 1 second. James's takes 8.3. Kristen's car goes 1/4 of a mile in about 6 seconds. James's takes 16. And most embarrassing for 007, at the end of the 1/4 mile, James is puttering along at 83 miles an hour while Kristen blows by the finish line doing 250. Is this safe?
Yeah, I think it is. My whole fire chute, my shoes, my gloves, they're all fireproof. I have a helmet, which will protect me if I get in an accident. I have a 5-point safety harness, which they snug down on me every run. And the difference between our car and normal cars is we check it every time I get in it.
Now, you know how to work the car as well. So what's the significance of knowing how the car works and being a driver too?
If I'm going down the track and I can sense that there's a problem, knowing how the car works can help me respond to the problem better. My crew chief and I work on the motor, so if it doesn't need to be fixed, I'll work on one side and he'll work on the other.
Kristen's dad, Casey Powell, sponsors the car. He used to drag race and taught Kristen the basics of the sport. How do you feel putting Kristen in these cars? Do you feel safe about it?
Well, I feel, first of all, Kristen decides that she wants to be in the car. I feel great because I know that the sport is a safe sport. The car is designed not to crash. Kristen is a very good driver, and she also knows what her limits are.
I think a lot of people consider this a boy sport. Did you find that it was difficult in the beginning for Kristen? I mean, did people doubt her ability in the beginning? I guess is what I want to know.
Without question. Of course, it was a boy's sport until I had 3 daughters.
Right, okay.
When it's a matter of reaction time and skill and driving and that kind of ability, there's no reason why a girl can't do it as well or even better than a guy.
Go get him, kid.
At the meet I watched, Kristen showed her stuff, posting the 5th best qualifying time. Kristen lost in the next round, but according to some fans I talked to, that didn't really matter. Do you really admire her ability and her skill behind the wheel?
Especially since she's so young. It sends a message that we can all accomplish something, no matter what age we are.
And?
I think so too. I mean, she says something to a lot of young ladies that, if you believe in what you want to do, it can happen.
Now, not just anyone can drive cars like the one Kristen drives. Kristen had to attend a specialized driving school and pass several tests, including some intense safety training before she could earn her racing license.
Well, Crystal, that was one intense story.
Thank you very much. And if you want to learn more about Kristen Powell and her career in drag racing, it's all on the Channel One website at channel1.com.